it's sad to say these things, but I could understand that like that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure that plays a factor in this.
Yeah.
We don't know. This is all
Yeah.
speculative. But for them to fire this position and then rehire also could mean that, uh, they were just trying to look good for that quarter and be like, hey, let's get rid of all this money, restart next
Yeah.
quarter fresh, and we'll just hire back. And again, it's disrespecting
Yeah.
the people.
The expendability that I see a lot of the big studios kind of attaching to people.
Yeah.
As if it's like a fax machine.
Yeah.
Like that's not a person designer. That's a tick on an Excel
I wouldn't
sheet.
write that.
Let's get rid of that tick.
Yeah, I think that's a very Activision thing to do. It's like, hey, we need to, for this quarterly call, we need to boost up our investment. So let's get rid of these jobs that don't matter as much, because that's I forgot who said it, but during that whole 800 people layoff, it was probably through their press. It's like, oh, these are non-game devs, as a way to kind of undermine,
to like soften the blow.
Soften the blow. Yeah, they said that they were. Remember that little? Yeah, like they're not game dev. They're marketing and community managers.
Yeah. This isn't the new fax machine. It's the old fax machine.
Exactly. So
it's not a person.
To play into that type of thinking, they probably did just lay out these people thinking that, hey, we'll just rehire. Who wouldn't want to work for Blizzard? We can get rid of them and probably get someone for cheaper.
Yeah, I see a lot
we'll
of that
save more money
on top level studios as well. The like that attitude of like, you should be happy, you should be thankful for X opportunity or to be able to. And so if you're not going to come here and let us take advantage of you, we don't want to work with you.
Yeah.
I really wish it was still like mutual benefit. Like I can't tell you how much mutual benefit helps. Right, it helps the industry, it helps the employee, it helps the employer.
Yeah,
I'm getting $100,000 worth of work out of you. Guess what? I'm giving you $100,000. You'll be so happy, and I'll be so happy. When that starts to skew, that's when things go awry. I'm expecting 100K's worth of work, and you're giving me 60, or you're expecting 100K's worth of salary, and you're getting 60. You know what I mean? That's when you start to see problems. And if you keep thinking that like, but there's so many people who just want to be part of this company, we can just churn and eat through and spit out all these developers.
Yeah.
Hurts your reputation, hurts the talent pool, hurts the industry.
Hurts the founders' feelings. I mean, that's essentially, there's so much going on the last year and a half. We've gone from game developers dying to work at Blizzard to, I'm not so sure what's going on over there. Maybe I should sit back on this one and see how it plays out.
Yeah.
So many of our friends are like that I've talked to. It's like, yeah, man, they were, especially if you want to live in Orange County, they are the company in Orange County, right? But right now it's like, what is going on over there?
Yeah.
Is it that bad? It's very hard to, it's funny that Riot and Blizzard is kind of going through similar thing. Well, somewhat similar, right?
Sure,
Riot's grabbing ass. Blizzard is like, firing asses.
Asses are involved in
asses are involved in both instances. But these are the megaliths.
Blizzard to me has always been that like, man, get your resume up and then go apply there so that you can have your like 15-year career kind of wane and come to its end.
Yeah.
Like I always thought that as a game developer that was paid to make games by some sort of boss or some sort of employment entity, that Blizzard was going to be the place that I like had the twilight of my career, like my senior to creative director years or whatever was going to be there. And there's a lot of people who felt the same way, who look at Orange County or who look at Blizzard as like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to be there for 15 years and then probably call it quits.
Yeah.
They just had this whole plan.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling less and less of that kind of sentiment, sadly. And that's when I started noticing the shift myself, or even seeing my friends who were like, man, you got that gig.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're leaving? You're thinking about going?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Before all the news came out, that was my attitude. And now I'm like, oh, shit. Morheim left.
Yeah.
If he don't believe, you know what
I mean?
If he isn't drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Serving the Kool-Aid, something's got to be, so that's what I started to notice.
It's a domino effect that's happening. I'm sure all three co-founders wanted to leave at the same time, but Activision, this is all speculative, right? But if I'm one of three co-founders and we're friends and been friends for 30 years building this mega company, I'll probably say, I don't like the shit's going on. You're leaving? Yeah. I don't want to stay there if you're leaving.
Yeah.
They probably went up to him and said, all right, let's just do this
Could you imagine
respectfully every 8 months.
Could you imagine being rich enough to like quit your job just on principle?
Yeah.
And again, I will say there's a lot of people who it doesn't matter how rich they are that they would or wouldn't quit their job on principle. But I'm trying to make a joke that like they did what? Me too. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, like that's hey.
Yeah. And this is a founder. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just one person. If you are involved in the game development scene, you've probably been seeing a lot of developers leaving Blizzard.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because it's like a minefield out there.
Yeah.
To leave a somewhat pretty stable job in Orange County, of all places, to feel again is a huge risk, especially with what's going on right now.
When do you jump out of the lifeboat?
Exactly.
When the water's safer.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
so there's a shakeup going on at Blizzard that we're all worried about, because Larry and I both share the sentiment. We want Blizzard to live on and be happy, because it's a great place for developers when they do perform well, right?
They're one of the reasons why California, especially our area of Southern California, is such a hot spot for talent. And if you look at the trickle-down economics of game development employee pools, them being such a big attractor, regardless of somebody going there or leaving there, right? If someone comes in and moves and like works at Blizzard, then after 8 years, they're like, okay, I'm a senior and I'm leaving. All of the surrounding studios have access to better talent, right?
Yes.
Because they're such a magnifier of bringing people into the boom area.
It's a lot easier of a pitch.
So they really help game development as a whole in this area.
Exactly.
So of course, like I want to see them succeed for economic reasons, for health of my industry reasons, but then also just selfish personal reasons. I play more of their games and put more time and money into their games than any other 1, 2, or 3 companies combined.